Sometimes I am gay. Wow. Why? For whatever reason, your mic is way loud, and I just blew my headphones out of my ears. Oh my god, those noises you just made murdered me. Why
baby.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Your eardrums out.
I have Discord up all the way. Oh my god, why? Wow.
Smart, smooth. Let's kick off out of nowhere. Are you ready?
Oh my god, my fucking head. I should have planned that out better.
Go deaf, baby.
Oh my god, whoa. Holy fuck. If you guys love Out of Nowhere, then this is the place to be for Out of Nowhere. So give it some love, leave some likes, show up every week, have a good time, get wet, and we will keep doing Out of Nowhere until forever. But here we are on Out of Nowhere. It's Thursday night, I think. Yeah, it's Thursday night. And, got a couple emails from people. Gonna check the email box, check the Patreon box, see what people are saying. Shout out to the members in the chat, like Drew Bar. What's up, Drew Bar? We got Mac Jones in New England. That's true. I'm pretty excited. He looks like a fucking Dorco loser, but I mean, great. I don't know anything about his stats, though. He could be great. I just, I don't know. Should I write it in the title? Mac Jones to Patriots.
Might as well clickbait that as well, because that's what everybody's paying attention to tonight is the NFL draft.
The NFL draft, baby, tonight. We should have covered it, except I don't give a fuck.
I have no interest usually in the draft, and especially not this year. So
I never have interest because the Patriots just trade down on everything.
Yeah, the State of the Union last night brought in just a little over 23 million viewers. This was down from even Trump's lowest of 37 million for his last
I didn't see
address. I didn't either, actually. So,
wow.
We watched AEW, we covered that, and I heard some of the after stuff. But, yeah, 23 million, that was one of the lowest in quite some time. It's much smaller numbers than all predecessors, but everything's down. All ratings are down across the board.
What's going on with our ratings tonight? 153? Where the fuck is everybody?
I feel like a lot of people are watching the NFL draft tonight. That seems to be...
Oh, yeah, that is tonight. Okay.
A good portion of it. But,
makes a lot of sense.
You figure NXT went from 805 to 841 down to 744. So they dropped a little less than 100,000, 3,000 less than 100 grand. But the real kicker is AEW, obviously. They're at 1.219, 1.104. Now this week, they're down to 889. That's 215,000 fans they lost from last week. And last week's show was not great, but it wasn't that bad. This week's show, I gave a 7, you a 7.5, I believe I remember correctly. So all in all, it wasn't a bad show, but really you can tell they're building up for next week's show. That's going to be the big draw, the blood and guts is their plan. So
well, it better be big. It's called Blood and Guts. It better be fucking...
They're trying to make it as, much of a spectacle as possible, as close to pay-per-view on TV for free is essentially their goal. But
let's get it wet. Let's get some blood on TV. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Hopefully it's exciting. We'll see what they do with it, but there are a lot of possibilities. But I was surprised that the ratings actually went down, this much.
We got Mac Jones. Fuck everything. That's all I'm going to get asked about.
The week prior to when they were no longer, going solo, the last week they went up against NXT, they had 688,000 viewers. So they're not far off from that low number with this rating. It's just surprising how 2 weeks they're over 1 million, and then this week they're down so much. Even with the State of the Union, I didn't think it would affect them as much as it did. I
guess it did. I mean, what the fuck's going on? I still can't believe we only have 180 people in here. I mean, what the hell's going on everywhere? Like, what's going on? By the way, this is the guy the Patriots got? Look at this guy.
Yeah,
wow, I'm so glad the Patriots
special.
Yeah, I'm so glad the Patriots got Sorry, he may be great. I don't know. I'm just not a college guy.
He looks like one of his teammates just sexually assaulted him.
Like, this guy looks super Neanderthal. Like,
he only knows how to grunt.
Like his jaw, like when your bottom jaw comes out further than normal. Like, a lot of people have the chin backwards, but he's just going like,
he only knows how to grab women by the hair and drag them into his cave.
This is definitely the type of guy who Brock Turner's a woman behind a dumpster before he's 18. Hey,
Mac.
What's up, honey? I'll get away with it. I'm white. What's up? Come
no
here.
one will prosecute.
Come here for a second. Ooh, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm Bill Clinton. It's 1970, and you love me. All right, so great stuff there for the Patriots tonight. Let's get that out of the way because people won't stop. Obviously, you're not going to stop asking me about it because everyone's coming to me, by the way. I already see it on Twitter. Joe, what do you think? Oh, my God. Joe, I haven't seen your show in 3 months, but you know what? Oh, my God, I just saw the Patriots are going to get mad. So the people are really excited. More non-Patriots fans are so excited about this guy. They're coming to me about it, and I don't even know about it. That's how crazy this shit is. See, I don't know.
I just think they're
even Gordon Bombay
and excited about the possibility of fresh new blood bringing in some life to the Patriots and with every team. I mean, that's always the goal of the draft. But
I'm just shocked that non-Patriots fan would give a shit. I'd be like, if I was a non-Patriots fan, I'd be like, fuck no. I wish.
Well, this guy's built up quite the reputation, I guess. So he's got a big following.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. He was apparently a big deal throughout college and has a pretty big following. So
I can't wait till the photos of him raping people come out. That's
sure
gonna be great.
All that stuff is already out there, been swept under the rug for a while.
Yeah.
He looks like a wild boy. Come on now.
Imagine if he, comes out that he sexually assaulted like a deer or something like that. And they dig up these photos of him like fucking inside an animal. Like, and then like
smell bad on the outside.
And then the college whatever, they have to message out that they don't agree with it and they're like, this is behavior unbecoming of a student here or whatever. And it's like, never mind unbecoming of a student there, it's unbecoming of a human.
Of a human being. Like, you just shouldn't act. Exactly. That's the thing.
Well, but I'd rather you bang a horse though than go, grab a weapon and just tear people up, because that's what a lot of people, they lose their mind. They're so sexually frustrated they lose it, and that's why the mass shootings happen.
We got a horse right up the street from me that you can bang. Its name is Knick-Knack.
Oh.
Look at that. Knick-Knack, paddywhack, you can give it a bone.
This is very strange.
Hey, it's at the high school. They have the VOAG program. So
They're already trying to cancel him for not liking Obama. See, I told you. Wait till the Bambi dick pics come out. That's
he's already got
great.
a few scandals already, I guess. And the chat brought this up as well. So there was already some issue with some girl at a party and something. I love it.
I knew it. I could tell by looking at him. I said, this guy's raped a few women. Okay.
Mm-hmm. He just has that broski look.
Oh yeah, this guy has the full-on like turd burglar fucking like I like me and Roethlisberger would fucking hold her down. And I'll hold you down tonight. You are not my wife. Sorry, but no.
One of the things that I really wanted to bring up to you, which I wanted to know how you felt, because obviously, we heard Meltzer getting so much shit the week prior. I didn't get to talk to you about it, but we mentioned it briefly. Meltzer was getting crap constantly because he went ahead and brought up the fact that Charlotte was out for dental work. Right. He said basically she's getting a full makeover. She's had her body done, her nose, her face, her boobs, her breasts obviously have been done, I think twice now or 3 times. Like it's been a process, but she's changed her looks exponentially. If you look at a picture of her from 5 years ago or 7 years ago, NXT time, to now, it's 2 different people. Yeah. So he didn't say anything. And then he was even really defending her. He was saying, I hate how the WWE, makes women so basically mindful of their looks and the fact that they always have to feel so insecure. And everyone came down on him like, how dare you comment on a woman's looks and go to hell and F yourself. And I'm like, what did he say that was so wrong or vile? He was literally saying she's changed everything, and I wish they didn't put so much pressure on women. Well, here's Mickie James basically making a great point that she was told she's too old. She's a veteran. She's over the hill for women's ages. She said the women don't, she was told women don't draw, and the Evolution pay-per-view was one of the worst bought pay-per-views that they ever had. Even though it was a fan success, it wasn't a buy rate success. Yeah, it was also on the network. So how does that even compute?
This is a facts don't care about feelings situation.
But even still, I mean, the average age of everybody that was in the Elimination Chamber was 41 years old. So that's what Mickie is. She's 41. How can you say she's too old when most of the men wrestling are 45, 46 themselves? Because Sting's in his 60s.
Because they're basically saying that people only care about women's looks, is what they're saying.
Exactly. That's the issue here. And that's what WWE is so hyper-focused on. Think of all we could have had Mickie James do in the last 6 months. And apparently she pitched a ton of storylines. So did Chelsea Green. Her and Chelsea Green pushed so many ideas to creative. They said that Chelsea Green wanted to be a Daisy Duke character. Then she said she was going to be some type of like sexy nun obsessed with the Messiah, Seth Rollins' character. I thought that would have been entertaining.
Yeah, it would have been. That's pretty funny.
Bride before the hot mess, so she could play that role well. Then she said she wanted to be a Triconic, where she would try to invade the Iconics and become a fake Australian and have the fake accent and try and join them, but really because she wants to split them up.
That would have been cringe. We would have buried that. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
right now.
I'm glad they didn't go with it, but at least they've had ideas, and it's like at least there's
there's ideas. I like it. Yeah.
There's something. You haven't used either of these women in ages. And now you go ahead and this is what we get for, Mickey's released and Chelsea's released. And instead of all these things that you could have tried, instead you get nothing. And you make Mickie feel like garbage because of her age. Basically that it all only comes down to looks. Yet she was so good that we even said this. The referee stopped the match because they thought she was actually injured because she was selling so well. I mean, that's how damn impressive Mickie was. We for years have championed behind her saying like she could do more. She's great in the ring. Let her work with people. She should have had the title and gone on a short run at some point in time. I'm still blown away that never happened.
Yeah, it seems like a big waste because she can go in the ring really well. A lot of these women in WWE suck in the ring.
She really can go. And she even defended Mark Carrano, saying that it all didn't need to come down on him.
Yeah. Well, she's also an idiot.
Basically the scapegoat. But then she said, I even pitched angles with Liv Morgan. I love working with Liv. I tried to get things to do with her. There was a thing of me tying Trisha's record, and Charlotte tied that and beat me.
Do your fucking job.
All these different things. So unfortunately, we got nothing from either one of them except wasted opportunities.
Wasted opportunities. And speaking of wasted opportunities, well, first of all, let's play this. All right. Well, let me just say this. What the fuck happened? I mean, listen, I know the Biden thing was on, but man, 889. What did you say? 1.4? I said 1.2. I mean, we were way off.
Well, that was for next week's show.
Oh.
That we made those predictions for.
I don't remember what we made for this one then.
This one I didn't get to do predictions with you because I wasn't there.
I don't think I
week.
gave mine then. I don't think. No, I think I said that it wouldn't be that affected, though. I did have that. I definitely had that angle of.
I would have guessed over 1 million or at least 1.1 still. Anyways,
yeah.
I would not have thought. Yeah, your guesses was
mine was over 1 million,
890, and then whatever last week would have been.
Mine was over 1 million though.
995.
They were like, but Joe, it's the something State of the Union something, and I went, I don't think it will make much of a difference to these people. I think it'll be. So I thought it was going to be above 1 million too. So I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I thought it would have been the 1.1 or around that. Next week, I think they're going to get their highest rating yet. I think people really want to see the War Games match, and they're excited for that. I am as well. They really did a great job of selling it with the promo that they had on Dynamite last night. Damn, that was a great promo from both sides.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty good stuff. That
was
was
a lot
incredible.
Of fun to watch. I rewatched that to go back, and I'm telling you, I even did like the actual, the Dex lines that he spewed out.
No,
about,
the whole thing was good. Nothing was bad.
No, but I know you said you didn't really care for the lines.
No, it's not that I didn't care for it. I just don't care to praise it. It's like just great. Anybody could have said that.
Because it was very simple. Okay, I understand your point now.
It was like a 6 or a 7 to me. It was like, hey, I give that a thumbs up. But what they did, the other stuff was what really elevated the promo. That one guy who said that was the best part, I don't agree. I think that's crazy. But because I think Jericho and MJF was the best part because MJF fucking nailed this long fucking thing, and then Jericho had to rebut it, and it easily could have been MJF hits an 8, Jericho hits or MJF hits an 8 or an 8 or a 9, and Jericho hits a 7. That's what I thought was going to happen, which is
especially
great.
Face Jericho, you're risking something.
Exactly. So like now he's face too, so he can't even be that. So, but then Jericho kind of matched it, and I went, ooh. Like, that was impressive. Because, really, that's why Jericho's a legend. Because, MJF fucking, nailed it. And Jericho had to come back with that. And by the way, I've seen it before where MJF hit an 8.5 or an 8.8 on a promo or an 8 on a promo. And then Jericho followed up with a 7 or a 6. And I went, yeah, there's really nothing you can do to fucking beat that. But usually it's Jericho doing that and someone else has to follow Jericho. But MJF nailed it, and I'm like, okay, well, in my mind, I was right away. Before Jericho started talking, I went, ooh, well, you're not going to get any better than what he just said. And then Jericho either equaled it or was right there with it, and I went, wow, that's fire. And that's in the ring at the same time, so fire shit right there. Sexy shit right there, too.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I really loved everything that they gave us. It was exciting. It was...
Gave us AIDS.
Yeah, hey, it gave us a reason to be excited for the match, and... Because before that, the feud was just lacking.
Here's our first shit bum.
A shit bum.
I don't know why $20 is setting up shit bum.
You will bounce back because of how much they built Blood and Guts up but didn't expect Sleepy Joe to be a dent in the ratings. Mac Jones literally looks like Brady on draft day. See his photo after the college championship.
He kind of does look a little bit like him in a way, but he's smaller, though, and he looks deranged, Soundwave. Look at him. I mean, I guess, Brady did look deranged, too, back then. How tall is this guy? He looks like he's small to me, but maybe he's bigger than...
I'm not sure.
I don't know. See, everyone's obsessed with the quarterback of the Patriots right now. I want Jimmy G, but I guess we're not getting him. I guess we're getting Little Jimmy here. I'm going to call him Little Jimmy.
Little Jimmy.
Little Jimmy hat. Little tiny Jimmy hat. And with a stance like this, Joe Cronin is
hands up, don't shoot.
95% chance the cops don't kill me, okay? Because they can see my hands in the night. 95% chance.
Illuminated.
Very illuminated right there. See that? I look like a fucking owl who just took a shit on a guy with his shotgun's fucking porch. Right there. That's What the... Dude, I look like an owl.
I
look like a fucking owl, bro. My head just spun around right there like in a 360 degree, whatever. Fucking...
6'3".
He's 6'3"? Okay, yeah, he's not as big as Brady, but it's pretty good.
Threw 41 touchdowns in 2020.
Damn! Fuck that owl. That's a great point, Chris J. I missed that.
Right.
That's throwback. Hit that like button down below. So, Soundwave, thank you, Soundwave. You are the top dog.
Yes, thank you, Soundwave. And funny enough, I mean, we've got a big night coming up tomorrow night for SmackDown as we have a career versus title stipulation going on. Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns. So if Daniel Bryan wins, he becomes the Universal Champion. But if he loses, his career is over. Now, I guess the circumstance here is that he can still wrestle for Raw or NXT, but his career will be over as far as his SmackDown career goes.
It said
I don't know if
SmackDown
I'm gonna
career?
stick with that because the fans might shit all over that. But his contract doesn't expire officially until September. But he said after WrestleMania he was going part-time anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's just going to go and stay off TV now, and this is his last match on TV with WWE. And then because he said at WrestleMania he felt different. It didn't feel right to him. He said that could have been his last match and he could walk away. It just didn't have the same feeling to him anymore.
That's great.
It sounds like he's done, so...
Fuck that owl, everybody.
Yeah, indeed. But his contract doesn't expire until September, but he could stay backstage on SmackDown and continue producing matches and doing creative things and all the backstage stuff until that time. But
yeah,
it's really a blow to the system to lose Daniel Bryan. I mean, my God. And you think of all the people that we haven't seen since WrestleMania at this point in time. The Fiend, certainly one we haven't seen back. Edge, obviously. Shane McMahon is another one. Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott have not shown up at all either. I mean, the women's tag division is already in disarray regularly as is, and then the men's Raw side of things for the tag division, we haven't seen the champs, AJ and Omos, since they won the titles. I know they were on the bump or whatever, but that doesn't count. They haven't been on actual Raw programming.
Daniel Bryan's a huge loss, especially when dude. But it's too bad we can't get that. Daniel Bryan should have been a heel forever, like after that Kofi stuff, because ever since his yes stuff died down, they should have just rode that heel thing, even when he lost it to Kofi. Bring it back again. Let him keep going. I don't think now do it, but they should have done it then and just let him keep being a heel. And I do want to say thank you to everybody in the chat. A lot of people in the chat are bringing up the fuck that owl thing. That's very funny. I remember that. And Jake, did you get a t-shirt too? I don't remember.
For the F That Owl one?
Yeah, I don't remember.
No.
Okay, so I ordered a Fuck That Owl t-shirt. Got the Fuck That Owl t-shirt. Rebby Hardy was so funny. When we met Rebby Hardy, she goes, "Yeah, I shipped them to you." She goes, "I'm the one that shipped all of them." I'm like, "Really?"
She's got in all the merch.
So she's like, "Yeah, I shipped them." So we were laughing about that. And then the funny thing was Rebby was like, "I love your video." And I went, "What?" And do you remember, Jake? I made a video on Twitter where I had the Fuck That Owl shirt on.
Yeah. Oh, I remember.
I cut a giant promo, and some of you guys remember, but some of you maybe weren't here then. I don't know. I cut a giant promo on Fuck Impact and all them and Fuck That Owl, and I'm like,
what's his name? Barnes there.
But what sucks is my Twitter got banned, and I don't know where that video ever went, Jake, but the video was hilarious because I was ranting, and I was like, motherfucker, and I was like, fuck that owl, and I'm like doing this weird shit, and I'm throwing stuff everywhere. And remember, that video got a lot of views, and I don't remember whatever happened, but the funniest thing was when me and JD and everybody, when we met Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy already knew me, and you and JD and everybody. Matt Hardy already knew us, like, whatever. This is, hey, Joe, times, we've met, we've talked.
You met him a few times, yeah.
But the funny thing was that all Jeff knew from me was that video. And Matt...
Yeah, that's all he knew about.
So Matt's fucking tells me after, because he's like, Jeff has been a mark for that video all week. He's been watching it fucking cracking up all week. And I'm like, really? He goes, yeah. So when I meet...
He said he kept showing people.
Yeah, so when I meet Jeff Hardy here, I'm excited, to meet the guys, and hang out. But what's funny is Jeff doesn't realize it's me, and then he goes, "Oh yeah, the fuck that owl guy," and he's fucking starts laughing.
It was like dead silent, and he said it out of nowhere. That's what made it so weird.
This is really
you two were already talking. It was like a few minutes into the conversation, and then out of nowhere, he just literally went, "Oh yeah, the fuck that owl guy!" Like he was just so excited.
Now there's the beer that I just put down that Ryback was talking about. Remember, he said I was walking around drunk with a straw hat. Now I'm not wearing a straw hat. I'm wearing my backwards cap as always, and I am drinking one beer though. I did drink one beer. That was it, just one beer. So that's Matt Hardy's pointing at me because he's like, "This is the guy that you're fucking retarded for." Dude, that's the most emotion I've seen Jeff show when I've met him. Like when I hang out, when I see Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy Jeff Hardy's always like, "Hey man, it's great. That's cool. Like, let's just do it, man. Let's take that photo. All right, let's see. Oh, what's up, Joe? Hey, this been that." And he's like always super calm. That's the most animated I've ever seen fucking Jeff Hardy get. Look, he's fucking hilarious. Like he's
always happy to see the fans, but he's usually very just like you said.
Matt Crichton cracked me up here. Oh my god, I don't think you realized that. I thought it was hilarious, man. That was the funniest shit. You realized how big, you always think Jeff Hardy's a small guy, but you look at how much bigger I am than a lot of other people that I meet or I hang out with, but then look at me next to the Hardys, and it's like, Jesus, you think Jeff is a small person? Look at me. Like, I'm 200 pounds, 5'10". Like, Jeff Hardy's like could fucking step on me, it looks like right here.
Yeah, no kidding.
I really did look like a schlub, though. Like a fucking, like with my fucking gigantic hairy jowls and the beer. No wonder Ryback thought I was on fucking crack and like a redneck fucking weirdo. Like, I mean, we really did look weird. But anyway, fuck that owl. Appreciate you. That's funny in the chat. I love that t-shirt. It brings back those memories of that time. And we really got off on the fact that Rebby Hardy beat somebody up in the line. No, nobody did that. But so back to AEW. I mean, so, all right, wait a minute. I'll do the Alberto Del Rio stuff later. I know that stuff about Paige. We'll talk about that ever. What's next, Jake? Do you want to do the SummerSlam thing next? That's the big story. Story?
I mean, wrap this up with a little bow. It's upsetting that this will be Daniel Bryan's last match. There's no fans. Like, I wish they set this up better and had done the retirement angle at Mania then with fans.
Right.
I wish that was the case. They're just so short-sighted on everything. Nothing is planned out. Nothing is thought in advance. I mean, you can tell that it's all just opportunity booking time and time again. So,
right.
But yeah, what we've heard so far is that we won't know where they're going to have SummerSlam until mid to late June. So tickets won't even go on sale till July. And then we're hearing that Boston's out for ever getting an opportunity because they're not going to open now in time. Even though they are reopening, they are not going to go ahead and be open in time.
This would have been the fucking first SummerSlam since 2006.
Yeah, the new Boston mayor / interim mayor, however this is working, they're setting it up where they're waiting 3 weeks past the opening date. So unless WWE does it the very last Sunday of the month, being the 29th, then it's more than likely not going to happen in Boston. Right now, they're aiming for Arizona or Texas. More than likely, it's going to be happening in Texas. It just sucks because we missed out on the opportunity. I was looking forward last year so much to just meeting up with everybody and the spectacle of it. And now at the SummerSlam, we're not going to get that chance. So, but you're going to be waiting quite some time for any location news. WrestleVotes backs this up. Same thing with Brian Alvarez and a few others. So it's going to be at least June before we hear anything.
Jesus, that just sucks. It's just it's depressing. I hate when you bring it up. I want to fight you because like of what happened last year and now again this year, and now you just every time you bring it up that you remind me that Boston got screwed, and that pisses me off. And also, I wouldn't even think of going now. You know what I mean? With everything, it's like so. It's just I don't know, man. It's just this is the worst shit ever, bro. This shit. Why couldn't the pandemic happen in 04, 05 when I didn't give a fuck? Why does this have to happen now? You know, we were so locked in on like going out, to the big fucking wrestling show in Boston and for a week staying in Boston and having a blast. And it really has brought this whole thing to a halt. Brought everything to a halt, man. The shows...
Yeah, because we even talked to a few restaurants. We had a spot to do live podcasting, and...
The COVID has killed so much stuff, man. Hey, it's fucked up my show even. I can't even do the shows anymore.
It's messed up so many things of people's lives. And I mean, it's horrible, but I can't wait for fans to really, come back. I cannot wait for that chance to see fans back in attendance like Mania on a regular basis, and people being able to go to live events safely. And you need that atmosphere to make it work. People didn't care about Tamina. Now suddenly people think they have a huge interest in Tamina. No, whoever had that spot at Mania, you were going to get cheered going up against Nia Jax. It didn't matter who you put there. The best heel of all time was going to get cheered because no one cares for Nia Jax. But still, the crowd got behind Tamina because that's what the story they told in the match in the moment called for that. We don't get that with the Thunderdome. We don't get that with a small crowd of fans. You need a large audience to make it work.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we got, and it worked at Mania. They were able to get behind a moment in the match, make it happen, make it feel, worthwhile. And those WrestleMania moments, that's because of the audience. If we again had no fans or a Thunderdome, it wouldn't have worked this year.
Yeah, WrestleMania was so much better, man, because of that. I mean, listen.
Not even just better, but it was WrestleMania again. Last year's WrestleMania felt like a house show or a practice. It didn't feel like Mania at all.
It really felt weird, no doubt. But at least, it's one WrestleMania you'll never forget because how weird it is, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But if it happened again like that, it would have been debilitating.
Exactly.
Soundwave. The sole donator tonight.
Also heard that Mauro Ranallo has his passion reignited after that main event between Omega and Rich Swann. Hopefully that he gets a full-time gig in the near future. But I don't know if it's with AU.
I mean, I don't care anymore about Mauro. Mauro's a great announcer. I just don't care what he says. He's so crazy that who the fuck knows what he'll do,
I mean, if he is excited and that did get that spark back, he would be great on AEW. He would be a huge asset for them.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Even if they only had him for the pay-per-views.
I think he's a psycho, though, so I don't think it's going to work out.
Well, he's got so many issues with his bipolar disorder. Did you ever watch the documentary that he has? The bipolar Such a harrowing thing to deal with.
WWE clearly don't care to book in advance. The fact that they haven't decided a location for WrestleMania Backlash is actually unreal. Boston basically got screwed out of the bid thanks to COVID, crying face.
Yeah, it's too bad. We would have been blowing each other at the event, Soundwave, too. It would have been
exactly.
It would have been really fun. Soundwave, thank you for the 3 donos in a row. He's the sole donator so far tonight. That's crazy.
So you mentioned Del Rio before. I mean, he finally broke his silence about the sexual assault and kidnapping charges. He said it was a problem between my partner and I in which, unfortunately, I made a mistake. Just a mistake.
No.
It's not assault. It's not kidnapping. It's not attempted rape. It's just a mistake. So we should forgive him. Don't worry. He said after the scandal happened and what I was accused of, she dropped the charges a few weeks later. Although I was dying to tell the world that my ex-partner had dropped the charges, I was not allowed to do so because I couldn't interfere with the case we were handling here in San Antonio, Texas. She dropped the charges. She did not just drop them. She had the courage to speak to the authorities and told them that it was for domestic violence. But at no time was there a kidnapping because we had lived together for a long time and there was never an assault. Sexual, that this rumor that there is out there is ridiculous about me trying to affect her son, little Matthias.
Who is this? Who are we talking about?
Del Rio.
Oh, Del Rio. Oh, it's the Page thing. Okay, yeah. I was like, what?
So it was saying, well, even before that, it was saying that, he was blamed for assaulting his other ex and then apparently allegedly sexually assaulting her child. And this was all back in both May and November of last year. So... And meanwhile, while all this is going on, you have Joey Ryan and Del Rio agreeing to have a match against each other. So 2 canceled, former wrestling stars. Go ahead.
We gotta hide behind each other.
Then AEW wrestlers that were going to be there backed out.
Oh,
and
my
it just
God.
turned into a whole shit show because the Twitterverse erupted, rightfully so. But it's funny how Joey Ryan's so immediately canceled, but people didn't cancel Del Rio in the same way, and he's essentially done worse than Joey Ryan has, at least on paper anyhow. But Joey Ryan points this out, and I said, Bud, it's not helping your case. You're digging yourself a deeper hole. But he just needed to shut the fuck up and disappear. That's the thing.
At some point, there's going to be a canceled wrestling federation, CWF. The CWF.
Everybody dealt with things. It'll be the general manager will be Lars Sullivan.
Lars Sullivan is the owner or general manager. Well, what I want to see tonight is maybe you two in the ring together, eating each other's hearts.
I could do this.
Oh my God, Reckless Jeff, Alberto Injury Page. I remember we had that. That's an oldie too.
Oh, Injury Page. Oh yeah.
Injury Page.
Yeah. Welcome everybody to Where There Are No Rules. Call it Escape from New York. Call it Escape from LA. Call it the Off the Grid. Call it whatever you want to call it. But tonight it's the CWF. It's like Vince McMahon's on an island. It's a different kind of island. It's not the Epstein Island.
Well, did you see the Roddy Piper documentary on A&E?
Jesus, you're watching all this dumb. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, no, I saw that. I saw.
Vince starts off calling Roddy in hell. I know it's a joke, but
hey, Roddy, how's it going up there in hell? I thought he called him in heaven.
Well, no, he said in the end when he gets off the phone, he's like, no, he's really in heaven, But he even makes a joke like, oh, Roddy, you keeping a place? Is it hot down there?
They should have cut off Vince right there and made him look bad in the documentary. Just cut him off and then just cut him off for the heaven thing. And he's like, but I said heaven in the thing, and they cut it off.
Yeah, exactly. They should have just snipped that out, made him look like even more of an ass. Apparently, he did it to pop the producers, and they left it in there. But
wow, he's getting some shit from it.
But it was a great episode again, just like the Austin one was.
They were pretty good, yeah.
I mean, it's entertaining. Not a lot that we don't really know. I think if you're a pretty adamant wrestling fan, this is all stuff you're pretty well versed in for the most part.
Yeah, you're like, I know all this, but it's interesting to see how they're telling it. But like, if you never knew any of this stuff, it'd be way more. It'd be
cool to get that aspect of it.
Well, I give it like a 9 if I'd never heard about any of this stuff, but because I've heard it all, I'm like, oh, okay, it was like a 7, which is good, but.
One of my favorite things about wrestling is the behind-the-scenes stories. Like when you get the wrestlers that do the shoot promos and stuff, and they go off the road and they cut podcasts now, and they're like, oh, this happened. And they like when Jericho wrote one of his, I think it's his second book, when he was after winning the Undisputed title. I think that was his second book. And he had a bunch of road stories in there, and they were hilarious, and he talked about Ralphus and all, those are the things that I like. I like to hear the stuff that you're not usually privy to. So when you get those kind of interviews, it's entertaining and exciting. So I was hoping we would get more of that from like the family, and they did get a little bit personal, but unfortunately we really didn't get that side of things. There was nothing that fans didn't already know, sadly.
You mean like
they've all been done very well though.
Do you mean like wrestlers on wrestlers, like that? That's like that sort of thing.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
More dark side of the ring-esque, but
I mean wrestlers on wrestlers, like this right here. Remember this?
Jake the Snake Roberts. I bought a whore and an 8-ball, and I fucked this girl. First of all,
by the way, I'm putting this over right now because episode 2 is coming. Episode 2 is coming to the Patreon, everybody. Wrestlers on wrestlers.
Told me that she liked being fucked in the mouth.
One of my favorite things to listen to.
Well, as the story goes,
I love all those roads.
She didn't get fucked.
That part right there. As the story goes, like.
Well,
gotta love Jake.
As the story goes, she didn't get fucked in the mouth. She got fucked in her ass. And I plowed her asshole open. And she was screaming and yelling because she specifically, apparently, I don't remember. And I don't condone this, obviously. I was a piece of shit. But she specifically said, apparently, no ass play. Now, I didn't know. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. And I wouldn't even know about this if it wasn't for the honky tonk man and Greg the Hammer Valentine, who were watching in a comatose state in a car next to us. It looked like the scene in Back to the Future in the first movie. Except no McFly showed up to help. Wait a minute, are you saying, Jake, are you trying to say that you raped somebody? No, that's not what I'm trying to say at all. I'm saying, well, I'm just saying that I picked the wrong hole.
Jake, I gotta be honest, it sounds like you're talking about you raped somebody.
What kind of a piece of shit do you think I am?
I'm just saying that it sounded like that's what you said. You stuck it in a hole, an unwilling hole of a participant. You know, where I'm from up in Canada, a group of guys would beat the shit out of you for that. Quite honestly, Jake, I mean, you know, based on your family history, it's not that out of the realm.
What the hell does that mean? Listen, I think you guys need to tone it down just a little bit. Listen, we're going to take a break from our sponsors. Yeah, let's go to a quick commercial break. Dig it!
Hey, wrestling fans, it's me, JD from New York here, and I'm here to bring you a all-new product, the best product you've ever heard of in your life. I'm from New York, which means I'm a cock-sucking, cunt-bag, fuck-starting fuckhead. And if I got a deal for you, right now, Blue Chew is one of the best gums to make you come, if you know what I mean. Skittles, get out of the bathtub, you retard! Fucking Skittles! I'm gonna rape you again! I'm gonna rape you again, Skittles! You fucking...
All right. Anyway, we get the idea. Episode 2 is coming to the Patreon next week. All right. Sorry. I don't know why. The stuff that cracks me up because like it could be real. That's why it's funny to me. Like that's not that. There's crazier stories that are true. You know what I mean? Like, so it's.
Back in college, when I used to smoke with my friends and shit, I used to be responsible for the radio.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody drinking and being high, I'd be the one stuck DJing all the time. And I actually would download like commercial tracks and things like that and do little like joke recordings over it so I could go to like stupid joke commercial breaks and like it was my little show. But that kind of stuff, you know, as soon as you pop that up, it just makes me laugh. I used to do the same stuff.
Yeah, I did. Well, I didn't do that in college, but I did it when I was like,
you
9.
brought up some old clip.
Remember the old clips? Yeah, when I was 9, dude, with a tape recorder. Remember when I told my mother something about a dildo? That was funny.
I wish I still had the tapes from when I was a kid. That's the kind of stuff I wish I had access to. That shit's crazy.
I always saved everything. But always wonderful what you'll find on the Patreon. On patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. 300 patrons. We hit 300 patrons again, Jake. That's unbelievable.
Hell yeah, that's the good news.
Speaking
of other good news, Road Dogg is back after his heart attack and health scares. PW Insider confirmed that he was at the NXT taping this week, and Brian James returned to his position behind the scenes. So glad that he's back at NXT this week, and hopefully, you know, he's doing better and feeling better.
Yeah, it's great. I'm really happy Road Dogg's all right.
And then, I don't know if you heard, but Bret Hart has been going off recently. He was talking to the 81 podcast, who I'm not familiar with, but on there...
And no one is. They paid him $500 to come on their show.
And he did not have a good word to say about anyone, especially WWE. He said Triple H, there's always some guys, that no matter who they, what they do with them, you always wonder how they got there. And I never thought Triple H ever had a good idea or original idea for anything.
But he's already said this.
He was overrated.
Wait a minute. This is old. He said this like years ago.
Yeah. But then he turned around and was like, oh, I was joking. Like, he was polite again because he was back in WWE's good graces, I guess. But now he's back to shitting all over him, and it's making headlines because he's saying that the only reason Triple H is famous is because of Daddy-in-Law, who he's married to. And I don't agree with that.
Well, that's why
statement.
everyone's famous then, dildo. I mean, like, what do you know? What is he talking
It's a terrible
about?
statement, but he just sounds so bitter and just so.
I mean, does he
beneath
not?
him? You know,
Triple H was already a star before the Stephanie stuff. So Triple H was already with HBK as DX, as the top faction in the company besides Stone Cold. Like, it's not. I get what he's saying though. In a way, I sort of see what he's saying. Like, you can't get around the fact that maybe a little bit of it did do something, but you also can't deny that Triple H, while many of his matches can be, that sort of similar thing and whatever, Triple H is a really good worker and he's a really good promo and he's good, man. Like, I mean, to diminish him that much is crazy. Like, you may not love him. Like, you may think, maybe people think Triple H is a 10 or a 9 or an 8. Maybe you think he's a 6 or a 7. But Bret Hart acts like he's a 3. And it's like, what? I don't understand that at all. Like, I don't get that at all. There's no way. Like, I mean, if you ask me about a wrestling match, like, who do you I'd probably go Bret Hart, over Triple H. Wrestling wise, I'd go Bret Hart over Triple H. Promo wise, I'd probably pick Triple H unless it was Bret Hart during his heel time.
Yeah, but overall, I would probably go Triple H. That's the thing. It's like he accomplished.
Well, I don't know. Entertainment wise, it's Triple H. Wrestling
I don't feel
wise,
like he's overrated. He shouldn't have held the title for as long as he did. I mean, he certainly had the death grip on that thing, and he had too much of a main event push that he was able to give himself. That could be argued, no doubt about it. But saying that
but I think he was the next guy up.
Overrated.
I don't think that that's crazy. It made sense. Shawn Michaels went away. The Rock left at some point for the Hollywood stuff and got injured. And Stone Cold Steve Austin got injured. And they were just bringing in
Mick
Brock.
Foley was leaving at that time as well. And
it's not. I don't think that's it at all. I think Triple H was the next guy up. It was his time. The fucking song said it. Yeah, I think this is a little bit over bitterness from Bret Hart. I understand that, you know what I mean, you believe Triple H is a scumbag and stuff like that. I get it, and he probably has been.
Same thing with Greg Valentine. He's been saying stuff all week to title match wrestling and running his mouth and just sounds bitter for most of it. Like,
You
some of
want
the
to
things
step
you're
in the
laughing
ring?
at, but
Wait, I thought Valentine had been sounding humble all week. Has he really been bitter? I haven't really listened.
I'll pull up some of the quotes from this week, but
Man.
he not sounded too great this week. So.
Well, because it's like they invite him to stuff, and then he's like, "I'm poor." He's probably doesn't have a lot of money, and he's like, "Yeah, it's real great. Thanks for all the adulation."
Him and Steiner were too rough and injured people too often, and then he said
That's
that
true.
He never agreed to lose to Sting. There was a few other things. I don't have it all in front of me, but it was just interesting to hear.
I really hate the fact that I look like a fat Cabbage Patch Kid. Like, that really drives me.
Like, I don't do jobs unless there's something in it for me. And we get that, but Sting was already established at that point in time, and it was just Valentine wanting money above all else.
The biggest problem with these guys is they watched all these people around them make a shitload of money, and they really broke their backs, and then these other guys just got to make all this money, and it bothers them, and he's the old dog. He's got to run around the circuit, like, signing autographs to make whatever, and it's like, I get the bitterness. Like, I totally understand. Like put it to you this way. If I was like Tony Khan, say I was Tony Khan and I had AEW, when they invited Greg the Hammer Valentine down to watch the dog collar match,
Brody Lee.
Brody Lee and Cody Rhodes, I would have actually maybe even said, hey, listen, Greg, do you ever think about being a referee? Could you referee a match? Could you referee the match? Do you think you could do it? And if he wanted to, cool, that's perfect. That's what I want. And even if he didn't.
Too, he wasn't even happy to be there.
He was because again, I think that, see, if I was Tony Khan, I would have been like, hey, Greg, not only do we want you there to watch it, but we sort of want to honor you a little bit for your wrestling career, and I want to pay you
intention with having him there, but I guess he felt like it wasn't enough of a pomp and circumstance.
Did he say that?
Afterwards, he had said that he wished it was more of a celebration.
For him?
For him, yes.
Yeah, so...
The collar involvement.
So my point in that being said is I would have behind the scenes as Tony Khan. This is weird, and I know that some guys aren't like this, and people will be like, what is wrong with you? No wonder you're not have money. But I would have said, man, like, hey, not only do we want you to come down here, but we also want to, I also want to pay you to come down. You know what I mean? I want to pay you whatever. I want to pay you $50,000. And I want you to come down, and I want you to maybe cut some videos with us in the back, cut some promos, like be a part of it. I want to pay you $50,000. I want to say thank you for real to you. Like, and like, that's weird, but that's something I want to do. If I was Tony Khan, rich like a motherfucker, 50,000, 100,000, whatever, Greg. Hey, Greg, what's going on in your life right now? You own a home and everything, like, right? Like the undercover boss thing. And I'd film it. And maybe we could even film it and turn that into a TV show. Like, fucking, hey, Greg, blah, you're having trouble with your car and your house. Do the fucking undercover boss thing and fucking shoot all these things and then never tell anybody about it and then bring them out later. Or no, just to help the guy. Just don't even tell anybody you did it. Just tell him, hey, I'll literally pay you $50,000. Come on out. And then get him out there and then party with the guy. And then the guy might be happy. But I think, Greg was sitting there thinking, he goes to the touring circuit and whatever else and signs autographs. Then he
praised the match. He's like, it's the best match I've ever seen for a dog collar match, and like he was very like humble about that. It was just like he expected more. So
he probably thought. Well,
he was always his attitude. He said that every time.
He's like Honky Tonk Man's like this too. Because it did because Jake at this point
earlier they all got eclipsed. They
I think
broke
it's
their
money.
body, their backs. They beat themselves up incessantly, and then. Greg Valentine and Roddy Piper put this match on the map by beating the hell out of each other. And, essentially, I could see why he would want more out of it. But they really did beat the shit out of each other.
I think it's money. I don't even think he cared about that. I think he's heard enough adulation over the years. I think what it comes
down to is he definitely said that. He wants money. So.
Did he say that?
He said it many times before. It always came down to, how can I get paid? How can I make a buck? What do I get out of this?
Yeah, so I think, Tony said, listen, we'll fly you out here. We'll give you a hotel room. Come sit and be a part of it, And I think he did that, but I think in his mind, he was being nice because I think in his mind, he probably wanted to say, could you pay me? And I think he maybe didn't because he was like, well, I can't say no to this. Like, they want to do this, that, and the other thing. And maybe they did give him 1,000 or something, but it's like in his mind, he's probably thinking a little bit selfishly, kind of like, listen, I don't even need this adulation really, but I felt I couldn't say no to this, and here I am. And I thought maybe he thought something more could happen, and he's just like, oh, cool, I left my house and came down here, and, I make more at an autograph signing. I appreciate it though. Thanks. But then he went back to being sad probably. And that's a sad thing to think that that's what it is. And I think that is what it is. I think he did his best to say, wow, thank you guys. And I thought the match was great and I love what you're doing. Great stuff, but I think in the back of his head, he wanted to say, man, fuck. Like I'm struggling right now, and this doesn't really, I probably should have stayed home. Fuck this, and I think that's what I get out of it as observing him in his interview after and some of the other interviews. And, you could call him you could be mad at him for that maybe out there, but, it's, I don't know, man. And maybe he got paid something I don't know about, I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, if I was Tony Khan, I might have, thrown a couple bucks around,
He's 69 now, Valentine, and he did lose one of his daughters, I believe, a few years back. So that's a lot to deal with too. So
what did he lose her to?
I don't recall. I was trying to verify that, but I know she did pass away. I just don't know what happened.
He gave her a broken Nuvi Garmin 200 and sent her into the woods. What a piece of shit, Greg. No, I don't know what happened. I didn't even know about that. That's even worse. That's terrible.
I
Blood and Guts should have Impact wrestlers go against the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, since Kenny is the Impact champion and he should put the AU World Champion. AU 8/10.
Wow, 8 out of 10.
His daughter, died of cancer in 2015.
Oh. Wow.
He has Vanessa and Romaine.
That's so terrible. Like, and he is already a miserable looking guy.
Yeah.
He probably... oh my God, that's just terrible, bro.
And he even said that in the Sting portion of his interview. He's like, you want me to do a job and lose for Sting? You know, he's like a jabroni. I'm not going to put this guy over. What do I get? He said that in the interview, he never received the $5,000 paycheck he was owed for the booking. So he was always getting screwed over for money as well.
Yeah, he's like a dog that was treated wrong and now it's got bad behavior. Like, all he thinks about is money. Like, where's my money? Because he's been fucked so much and he never got paydays where other people did. So
promised him those big paydays, you know, and he would go out there and he'd beat the hell out of himself and they'd say, oh, we'll give you $5,000 for that, which back then, obviously, a lot of money for the,
it's like 15, 20 grand now.
Exactly. For a night, you're like, hell yeah. And sometimes more. And then he'd get $300.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy,
Rod
man.
Piper
I feel so bad. I wish I was rich, bro. If I was rich, Greg the Hammer Valentine, let me tell you something, Greg, if you're listening to this. I remember you when I was a kid, and I remember all the stars that you were in the ring with that I loved that you put over or you did something with. And let me tell you something, Greg the Hammer Valentine. I'll tell you right now to your fucking mongoloid-looking face that you have that I love you. Greg the Hammer Valentine, I swear to God to you, if I win the lottery, and I pick up $700 million somehow, win the lottery, 50 million, whatever it is. Well, maybe not 50, but like if I hit anything over 100 something million, Greg the Hammer Valentine, all the old time wrestlers, anybody I can, I will have fucking shows where I bring in the wrestlers, I bring in you guys, and I will overpay you. I will overbook you all. I'll have a fucking big wrestling signing event. You guys can literally fucking...
So much fun. Get everybody
my God, yeah.
signed or that could come and join.
You keep all your fucking signature money. All the money you get at a picture and its autograph, you keep it all, and I'll pay you all $20,000. You come out.
Cover for you.
Yeah, baby. We'll just have a good fun time, and we'll go around documenting everything. We'll do podcasts with everybody.
Them keep their merch, you know, their tables are free, all that stuff. That'd be great.
It'd be a big celebration. Legends of wrestling, and any wrestler we can get.
Triple H just made even more money. He got rid of 40,000 shares more of WWE stock.
Woo.
So that's about $2 million that he did on this stock transaction. And we know how many times he's cashed in just in the past 2 years alone. He got rid of 89,000 shares, I believe. No, he got rid of 5,000 shares at one point, then 2,000. Then he got rid of 5,000 again. Then it was 40,000. So now he has, let's see, after selling... I believe he has 47,000 shares left.
Wow.
And that leaves Vince McMahon with 89,000 shares. So
Vince has the most shares still?
I believe Stephanie had more at one point in time than Vince.
Well, now her and
she
Triple
had
H
89,000, and she gets to be combined with her husband, so they're considered a power couple. So they had over 150,000 at one point, but now with Triple H selling 40,000, I'm not sure if anyone like Kevin Dunn or anyone else, Nick Khan, Bradley Bloom. I mean, they all have a lot of shares as well. So, but Triple H apparently has plans with this portion of the sales. He's doing something private that involves wrestling. So I don't know what that's leading to, but I'm very intrigued.
Oh boy.
I don't know what that's going to be, but has something to do. It could be a simple endeavor such as like a merch thing or a podcast, you know, God knows, but
it's not a podcast, I'll tell you that.
Well, it wouldn't be, you know, but I was thinking, you know, maybe something privately on his own with wrestling. What else could it be? He's not going to start his own promotion.
It's the Hall of Fame. He's going to be in charge of the Hall of Fame.
That's the I can think of, because they're doing the stuff now with the Legend show where they're going and getting things back on A&E with the treasures.
Yep.
They're buying back merch. Vince said that he originally, you know, didn't want to, but then decided he wants to go ahead and have a place for all this stuff. So
maybe Triple H is he's going to buy Impact Wrestling. Everybody, just breaking news. You heard it here. Impact Wrestling. He's gonna buy it.
You tune into Impact and you see Triple H on the air?
Did you just donate to Joel? Thank you for the donation.
Drew Bar coming in.
Because you donated, I'm going to feast myself.
I guess the 1984 only works on the Streamlabs link. Drew Bar says purple penis. What up, Drew Bar? Man, I wish that was the 1984 donation. It was on. Yeah, if you do it on the other one, it plays the classic donation of the big tits. Run, you fat bitch. Man, I have not heard all those old donations, or even some of the. I have not heard a lot of donations in a while. It's always the same, like shit bum or the fucking Duncachino, but no one ever donates the special donations anymore. I don't know why that is.
Flying at times, they're just not popping up.
Well, no, they work. They just work only on the other link. You're right.
Okay.
But
that's what it is. So
most of them work on this one too, though. It's really just no one's really doing them. It's just weird. They just dropped the Duncachinos. It's weird. I don't know.
WWE is also allegedly planning another draft, but they're not going to do a full draft. It's going to be like a mini trade system, so they can do a shakeup. Essentially, is what they want to. And this might happen after Backlash. WrestleMania Backlash. So
WrestleMania Backlash, which doesn't
really can't get.
They don't have They don't have a venue yet.
They're doing it in the Thunderdome. I mean, that was originally their plan, but they were working on trying to see if they could sell tickets for fans again, but that's not the case. They are preparing to test live events to do house shows eventually down the line, but we're thinking this won't happen logically until June or July. So
this is pretty crazy.
We'll see what happens, but it looks like it's going to be a while for that. As we said, AEW has a very stacked week this week with the Blood and Guts themed night. We have the Inner Circle taking on the Pinnacle. Inner Circle has the disadvantage. Pinnacle's got the advantage. So Sammy Guevara will start the match. Pinnacle will have the strength in numbers. Every 2 minutes, a new fighter will come out till everybody's out there. If you leave the cage, your team is disqualified. So all weapons, everything's legal inside. You just leave the cage or your team loses.
Are there weapons in the cage already?
Usually they bring weapons in with them.
I guess
they
they're
throw
going to
in
bring
chairs and tables and stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. This is going to be fun. I think we're going to see blood.
That I'm so excited for. But the rest of the night...
What if there's no blood at all?
I bet you there will be, especially AEW. They have a good track record with blood. Then we got Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston, which I'm always usually excited to see Eddie, but taking on Kenny Omega and Michael Nakazawa, you know that Eddie's not going to beat Omega at any point, so that's not something they can really build to. The number one contender right now is Hangman Adam Page, but it doesn't feel like they're building him to go against Kenny currently. Maybe a little bit more down the line, but Double or Nothing even is too close, I think, to pull that off. I don't think we're going to get a rematch from Jon Moxley, so I don't know what they're going to do for Kenny to defend the belt, but I'm shocked they're not doing more with the Impact stuff. We'll see what happens this week since it's not taped. But then we also have Cody Rhodes, the bus defender, the master of the figure 4 leg lock on top of his own Lex Express. He's taking on QT Marshall. Cody will win, so not a lot of intrigue there. Britt Baker has a match. We don't know against who, so likely it'll be a squash match. So the rest of the card is lacking, but obviously the real glory of all of this is the Blood and Guts match.
Right, that is the glory. And by the way, I don't know if what if Cody gets attacked by all the goons and like it ends in just a like basically continuing the story type of thing.
If they do something worthwhile with it.
But what do you think? What if they do that? What if they do the match doesn't even really matter because this is about this? It's interference. It's an attack on him, and they're continuing the story. Do you want that, or do you want Cody just win and it be over now?
I'm kind of in the camp of I usually would argue against this, but let Cody win and move on. Because I don't feel like this could be salvaged. As where the Pinnacle, I hope they beat the Inner Circle because they are such a fresh team. They are new, and if they're beat immediately, then what's the point? They're done already. But if they get a really great rating for this night, I mean, Raw drew 1.7 million. AEW recently was at a 1.2. I mean, that's not that far off. 500,000 fans is not that much. 500,000 really isn't that big of a deal, especially when the demographics are so close. Yeah. So could you imagine if they get a 1.5?
Wow, I mean, that would be...
and that close to taking down Raw?
Yeah.
A 1.6 even. Imagine if they beat Monday Night Raw.
I mean, I thought this would happen a year from now or a year and a half from now, the way things are going. But, oh my God, bro, if this happens in the next 3 months somehow, I mean, if something beats Raw, that'll be the first time Raw loses to anything since the year 1999. I think. That's crazy. If that happens, we're talking about 22 years.
Since Raw has been beaten as the top show.
I think WCW...
I mean, SmackDown, has toppled the ratings at times, but I'm saying for another company to come in and actually...
Yeah, another company. Yeah, SmackDown's beating Raw, but they're on Fox, so that's different. I get it.
That's why AEW doesn't want to go up against them. They may not have to move because they might be able just to have NHL on TBS on Wednesdays. They have both channels. They have TNT and
but
TBS.
But Jake, let's be honest. Their own brand of SmackDown beating Raw in the ratings shows you how bad Raw is.
Oh,
I don't give a shit what it's on.
That flagship show.
That's why remember when anybody goes, "Oh, the ratings don't matter anymore," though. Oh yeah, really? Well, SmackDown fucking does a 2.6 sometimes. So
the thing is that Vince does not care about the ratings because of all the
money
multi-million-dollar deals that he's got everywhere else. They're still planning on going back to Saudi Arabia as soon as they can. They have cards mapped out for Saudi shows. They've been planning them in case they could get the wrestlers to go over there. They've had 2 shows written down and planned that have been scrapped.
Wait till somebody gets their junk cut off over there. Then they won't want to go there anymore.
Yeah, well, I thought we dealt with enough with the quote-unquote hostage situation.
Yeah, we never found out what the fuck that meant.
Shit bomb.
Or what that was.
Hey,
we got
you know
details,
what Mikkel's
but...
mom thinks when she see him every day? Why didn't those 5 guys pull out, and she wants to pull her eyes out and step on them when she sees her retard on?
Oh my God. Jesus Christ, AJ Adams. Good fucking Christ, brother.
They're coming all over the place.
I have to get off in a couple of seconds.
I could do this.
Wow.
I mean, Gallows Anderson said before the summer that military police were surrounding the entire plane. There was a couple of situations where he was like, we're fucked. He's like, we're in such a corrupt country with a corrupt government. Who's to say they're not going to come in here and start just blasting us away?
Were they talking about being America or being over there?
In Saudi Arabia. They're in the plane. They're already waiting hours and hours to leave. They're sitting on the tarmac. They're not able to leave. Then they're told that they're not going to be leaving at all. Then they look outside. It's 1 a.m. They're still waiting. And the pilot that's supposed to fly the plane had gone home due to lack of rest. And then they're hearing that this is really the issue is that because Vince pulled the wide. So now they see military police surrounding the plane, armed, aiming guns at them. And I mean, it just got worse and worse as time went on. And eventually they had to board a new plane. And, they ended up, it was just really weird and unfortunate. But they were actually invited into a lawsuit about what happened over in Saudi Arabia. But they didn't go and become part of it. They were too worried about safety for their families and stuff. So
right,
they were like, I'm not willing to talk about Saudi Arabia to a private investigator. So
yeah, well, we're gonna need to go ahead and get Tom Brady of right now to go ahead and coach the new quarterback on his physique. We're gonna go ahead and need to get there's Tom Brady on the left, and there's the new quarterback for the Patriots on the right. So, if we can get Tom Brady to show up and just say, listen, I was also once a prepubescent slob. I mean, this guy's in better shape than me there now than I am now. So
I'm curious.
What?
I wonder how much he weighs.
Looks like he weighs 220 or 210.
Gotta be around 220.
Maybe 205 or 210. Oh no, he's 6'3", so maybe 220. Yeah. Brady's probably about the same here because he's taller with, weird hair that follows up straight. Very creepy. Yeah, not very good looks from the fat white people there. But Brady ended up winning 6 rings, and this kid has a cock in his mouth. So I mean, I'm
a slut for numbers, Joe. So I went ahead and I've been trying to see what the numbers were for Peacock. And, did WWE have any influence on that? And apparently, before WrestleMania 37, it's unknown how many subscribers they brought over from the WWE Network, but any American fan who wanted to watch obviously had to go through Peacock. And needless to say, they had added more than 9 million subscribers to Peacock. So between getting The Office and WWE, they're now tied with HBO Max's platform at 44 million subscribers.
Wow. I mean, I'm betting but the WWE, there's no way they brought in
9 million. No.
But they brought in 1 million.
Combined with The Office, WWE brought in, because they want to make WWE look like more of a success. Yeah. All that money. So I bet you they brought in 1 million because that's what they had for the U.S. numbers of the network. I bet you people wanted to see WrestleMania and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper or free or comes with a trial. So, But yeah, I haven't tuned into anything on Peacock since WrestleMania as well.
Yeah, there's no way that.
It's just I know they started adding more content, but it's not a great system.
Yeah. It's
not friendly for users at all.
WWE's the thing. That's the weird thing is like WWE probably resulted, like you said, 1 million people. So what, 1 million? Like that's a lot. But that was the WWE's audience. It might even be less. It might be 800,000 people. And the thing that's weird is like you just said, it's like Office brought in 20 million. Well, WWE brought in 1 million. Like that's not a whole.
It could be more. It could have been because people did a trial, and it's just a one-time number. We don't know how many people are going to continue subscribing. A lot of times, WWE emailed everybody and said, "Here's a 14-day trial. Here's a promo code. Here's a $4.99 offering for the premium one." So it was cheaper as well. So
there's a picture of Mae Young's pussy. They sent that out to some people.
Exactly. So how many people wanted to see the hand be birthed again and signed up for the free trial or 1 month? Or
not a lot because they did that last WrestleMania and it didn't help really.
Well, it inflated their numbers at that time, and then they dropped off drastically afterwards. But that's what happened again. It seems like 9 million subscriptions, and then we'll see 1 million drop off, 500,000.
Yeah,
seems like that's probably things that didn't stay.
They're gonna have 400,000 WWE people. That's all they're gonna have. I mean, and the fucking app is trash. So, like, I hate the fucking app. I almost want to, dude. I'm almost ready to just go back to DVDs and stuff. Plus, they've edited everything. So all these things that I want to watch, like, I'm annoyed now. So now I just like, oh shit, I'm back to my. It's funny. It's funny. We took the WWE Network for granted, everybody, and we said that this could happen. It was so amazing on the WWE Network. You could dial up anything, and it was there, and it was the real thing, and there it was. Now
there's so much content. Now I know they're adding more, but there's still a lot missing.
I'm back to my fucking DVD collection.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
Is that the search was not great on the network? They did improve it slightly, but this is even worse.
This is terrible.
The UI is even more horrific, and it wasn't great on the network. We took that for advantage, for granted, no doubt. Took advantage of that, and
if I wasn't dead tired, I would go off. I mean, this is really fucking raging. And you know what? Fuck WWE. Fuck you, Stephanie McMahon, you fucking big-titted bitch. Fuck you, Triple H, you fucking asshole. I hope Bret Hart was right about you. Fuck you for never hiring me. Fuck Road Dogg for fucking looking at me wrong one day. But I'm glad he's okay. Fuck the whole family. Fuck Shane because his sneakers are too bright. Fucking asshole. Fuck the Ramp. Fuck the WWE. Fuck Raw. Fuck SmackDown. Fuck The Rock, you fucking idiot. You left us all to do Hollywood, and you're the only fucking entertaining person. Fuck everybody. Fuck John Cena. He's a fucking weird robotic person who gets mad at people because their laundry was laid out the wrong way. Hey, John Cena, go fuck yourself. The streets, I'm from the Thugonomics. You're from the fucking median fucking $89,000 fucking West Newbury, Massachusetts. You fucking spoiled piece of shit. You tell me you're from fucking Lynn or Roxbury, then I'll be impressed. Or Brockton or Springfield. Then I'll be impressed. Mr. Streets, fucking West Newbury, big fucking houses. Go look up West Newbury on Zillow, everybody. He's a fucking phony piece of fuck. Oh, I'm in New York tonight, so I'm wearing New York Yankees stuff. Yeah. Even though I'm a Boston person. You're a fake tard fuck. I hope someone cuts your wrists off and wears your fucking knuckles like a fucking chain. Motherfucker. You fucking
being tired, you still
ugly
got that.
motherfucker. No wonder you're fucking goddamn, you're never going to see your kids. You fucking goddamn teeth are too white for your big fat square fucking head. You weird fuck. Your dad's a weird shyster fuck. You're a weird shyster fuck. You tried to rape Killer Kowalski when you went to the wrestling school, allegedly. You're a weirdo. You piss in the fucking toilet all over the floor. You made it so fucking bad to be from Killer Kowalski's that when Sasha Banks showed up in WWE, everybody in the back tried to hide their fucking belongings because you're a thief, you fucking thug, John Cena. Fuck you, your weird-looking nipples and your fucking vein that comes out of your fucking pecs. You fucking goddamn had Hulk Hogan shoot you up with fucking steroids. Cocksucker, motherfucker.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming, and my balls have to move. $9. Suck my dick.
Joe Villa's fired, everybody.
What's up, Joe? I can't wait till Mac Jones starts the season for our Patriots.
Yeah.
I'm buying a jersey as soon as I can. Hope all is well.
Kill Alabama, I love you, brother. I hope you've been well, too, man.
About this. People have something to be excited about, you know? It gives people hope, and I'm all for it.
You know who I haven't seen in a while is Bry Guy. Where's he been?
I just talked to Bry Guy. He was checking in on me, actually. So
I haven't seen him in forever. Where the fuck has he been?
You become a shit bomb.
Joe Jones's cries.
Isn't he a mod? Because I was thinking that one day, like, where's the mods? And I was like, where's Bry Guy? Jeremy Pasta, thank you, man.
In Buff Egan, AEW News, and there was somebody else too. Brian Austin was tweeting at us before. So Bry Guy and
thank you, Jeremy Pasta.
And
appreciate it.
Who else too? There was somebody else that I was like, I haven't talked to in a while. Oh, Ryan Romano too reached out. So
you become a shit bomb.
Yes, Joe Jones is still Christ. Make the t-shirt.
I'm still not sure what it means, but I am happy, Jeremy Pasta, that we still get those comments. Because Joe Jones is Christ, and also Joe Cronin is Brian Gatz, or whatever that was. Like that, those classic weird sayings, are always fun to hear, And now Leah's texting me.
There you go. Yeah, so Joey Janela, remember we mentioned briefly that Triller was interested in hosting the fight between him and Dylan Bostic?
Yeah.
Dylan was only ever, I think, in OVW for a short while.
Is it Dylan or Dylan?
I don't know.
I always thought it was Dylan. I thought it was Dylan, but maybe
I've heard it that
Dylan.
I've always said Dylan, but Dylan, and Dylan.
Die. Just die.
So Joey
pays
said,
for
I've
Twitter
ignored
followers.
this loser for the past few weeks. I sent this message after he used the platform while the AEW roster was mourning to make up a lie that he was stiffed pay. And I remember that. We reported on that when Brody Lee passed away. This asshat went ahead and was telling people that he got stiffed money from months and months ago. And it's like, of all times, why would you bring this up now? Everybody's dealing with Brody's passing, and you're going to bring this up now? He said, even if Triller offered me $500,000, I wouldn't take the fight because I would never give you the publicity, you scumbag. Because Joey Janela sent him a message. He said, you're a pussy, dude. On site, I'm going to blast you. But don't get booked anywhere, so I'll never see you anyways, unfortunately.
Oh.
So it's a good insult and a bit of a threat. So this Dylan asshat goes ahead and says, hey, Tony Khan, did you see this threatening message I received from one of your employees? Could we settle this matter?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he does to get attention? Come on.
He used to follow me.
Thankfully, Tony, I don't believe is going to give in to those type of, demands. Hopefully not, but...
Man, that's the wrestling news today. The wrestling news is bad is when that's the story, you know what I mean? What
a scumbag you have to be.
Why is he a scumbag? I don't get it.
Because you're going to immediately go on Twitter and be like, oh, this is what he said on, you're going and tattling to his boss.
Who? Oh, Joey Janela? Yeah, but why is Joey Janela mad at him? Because he wanted money or something? What are you saying?
Well, this guy's been talking shit about Joey for ages now.
So have I.
To get a fight with him.
Me too.
But
back down, Janela. You're still backing down, pussy. I'm in better shape than you, Joey.
But this
You
guy
are a
gets a
pussy.
response and then
Hey, where's
immediately
Joey
runs to
Janela?
his boss.
Remember when
What a
Joey?
bitch move.
Where's Joey Janela? He promised to be on the show.
Yeah, back down. Janela's backing down again, but hey,
Joey
he said he
Janela.
wouldn't fight.
Where you at,
'cause he
Joey?
was getting publicity.
Where you at, Joey? I thought you said you'd be on the show for sure 3 different times. Where's Joey Janela? Where you at, Joey? He just proves he's a back down guy. Like ever since day one, back down from every fight. He even backed down from being on the Joe Cronin show. Now, he did follow me for a while, but then I got banned on that account, and now he doesn't follow me anymore. But the bottom line is he did back down. He didn't come on the show. We couldn't even get Joey Janela. He can't even barely make it on AEW programming. We can't even get him on. We got fucking Cody Rhodes and Brandy on here. What, Joey Janela? Would he better than Cody Rhodes and Brandy? What's going on, bro?
Shit bum.
What's happening?
Mac Jones likes ass sex from his black teammates. Joe, your new quarterback is a queer and a hillbilly horse's fucker.
Okay. Well, I mean, listen, it's not much different than the previous one. He kissed his son and shit. I don't know. I mean, this one, what are you going to do? Shit happens. You know what I mean?
Arrested for DUI, suspended for the game versus LSU in 2017. And then he was fined for the DUI charge.
What the hell is this? What am I looking? Why are we black screen? Hold on. Let me look at this.
I don't know.
What is this? Something about Biden? Let me look at this. It might be interesting. Oh, God. I'm going to get hit with a copyright. Oh, he's looking for a mask. Where's my mask? Did he just pretend to put one on when he didn't have it?
That's kind of what it looked like, but
what is going on? It's right here, Joe, in your pocket. Oh, look, it's in my pocket. I found it. Grandpa found his slippers, everybody. He is he's such a grandpa. Like, Grandpa, where's my mat? Oh, here it is in my pocket. It was where I had it the whole time. It's been here. Unfucking believable funny. Anyway, anything else you want to say, Jake, here?
Besides, we talked about the Janela stuff. Big Cass is apparently signed for quite some time with Impact, although we don't have full details.
Until he murders somebody in the back for his weird fucking problems.
But W. Morrissey looks to have quite a lasting deal with Impact Wrestling, at least a year at this time. So,
oh yeah.
Oh, froggy shit, Big Daddy Jake DeMarco, welcome back. It's fan-froggy-tastic to see you again. It's time to get froggy. Bullfrog. Froggy. Bullfrog. Bullbro. Bull Jake. Bull Joe. Joe Froggin. Froggy. Froggy.
Oh, I thought I was going to read more. Randy Viper, thanks for the $3, brother. Appreciate it, brother.
We have an updated cause of death for Tommy Tiny Lister. And apparently, when they did find him deceased in his home on December 10th at the age of 62, it was not just due to COVID, but it was also because of heart disease. So,
oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's poor guy. His manager said that he displayed coronavirus-like symptoms in recent days prior to his passing, and he also suffered from type 2 diabetes. So,
oh my God. Well, the number one killer is heart disease. So then,
yes.
And diabetes is a killer too, and a killer of your heart. So, Jesus, you add all those things together. I mean, holy shit.
No doubt about it. WWE has promoted Adam Pearce to the new director of live events. So apparently Vince is very high on Adam Pearce.
He's been good.
And Nikki Cross is still hired because Vince McMahon likes her. Even though she's not being used, they have no creative ideas for her. But allegedly, Vince is still a fan of hers. That's why she wasn't let go.
Who'd you say?
Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross. He's a fan of her.
He's a fan of Nikki Cross, allegedly.
She seems like, first of all, he seems like a person that would never be a fan of her. But she's also gotten whatever.
Well, he likes comedy though. He likes to laugh, and especially at people that are overweight, and they make him chuckle. So, with her acting like a maniac at times, I'm sure
does
that's
have a Molly Holly vibe to her.
Yeah.
Look at how fat and little she is. I like it.
Be in favor of that, but it's funny how the CM Punk promo against Laurinaitis where he's in the ring being like, did you fire those people face to face, or did you call them, or did you just send them a text? You know, you coward, and all that stuff. Vince always brings in Laurinaitis to do the firings. We should have known more people were getting fired because Laurinaitis just got his job back all but 2 weeks ago before they fired people again.
I'm going to need you to do something for me, John.
It's have him do it.
I need you to go fire all these fucking assholes. Good night, everybody. Hit the like button, leave a comment, share this video all over the place in inappropriate places.
That's right.
And we'll see you tomorrow night for Monetize This. Monetize This. Tomorrow night, Monetize This will be live right here on this channel. The Joe Cronin Show. Super Chats enabled. Monetize This right here. Bring your drinks. Actually, well, yeah, bring your drinks. Bring your drinks. I'm going to bring my belt.
Ooh.
Fuck everybody. And
Thank
shut
you
up.
all for the support, you crazy bastards. I hope you all stay sexy and have a good weekend.
Soundwave 92 with the top dog. Love you, Soundwave. Peace. Good night, everybody. I hear the devil come. So there's one more dono.
Duncachino. You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
Trump's State of the Union speech got double the views of Biden's, but I'm supposed to believe Biden won with 80 million votes. What a joke. F Biden.
You know, Alex Oley, it is strange. I'm not gonna say that, you know, it's not, because there's a lot of fucking. The Democrats do win the popular vote usually, so I don't know. But it is weird that there's no support for this guy. Like, not a lot of support for him, Alex. I mean, I won't go into the. I won't pick a political side, but I'll just say that it is weird that his support is like just like, bleh. Like, it's weird, very strange. That is strange. It is weird. I don't know what it means. Something fucking seems weird, but, well, I don't know. We'll talk about it on Monetize This, maybe. Then we'll get in a big fight about it. It'll be fun. Friday night, 11 p.m., here on the Joe Cronin Show. Monetize This comes home. I miss when we used to get to watch Biden try to fight people. That, now he doesn't do that anymore. I want him to go back to be like, yeah, we want to go outside, like the fucking weirdo. You want to step outside? No, I just want to know what your policy is on this. What? Get out of here, man, or I'll fucking fight you. Okay, I just want to. What? Shut up. I hear your mother cry. I put my thing in her. I put my thing